Okay, hi all. Welcome to my kitchen. It is still Sunday, April 23rd. You heard me earlier in a video that I filmed on the 23rd about my husband and a kidney problem that came up with him. So tonight we're going to do a different take. I pulled some Italian sausage out. I'm going to make sausage and peppers, and I do have a video that shows you how to make the sausage and peppers. We're going to do it different tonight, where we're not going to put it on bread. We're not going to serve it with onions. We're just going to do sausage and pepper. You can do an Italian sausage pepper sandwich almost any way. Most of the Italian recipes will tell you to use a sauce or a gravy, which is tomato based. Because my husband's potassium levels are still out of whack and tomatoes have a lot of potassium in them, I'm not doing a sauce. I'm just going to do sausage and peppers. We're going to use olive oil, and olive oil is a very, very healthy oil to use. I'm not going to use the olive oil with the sausage. I will be using it on the peppers. And basically what that helps to do is it helps to draw out the moisture of the peppers and to make them nice and soft. So, to do the sausage and peppers, you're going to need a good Italian sausage. I have that in the refrigerator downstairs. You're going to want to set your oven to 390 degrees, and you're going to want to get a baking sheet out. Depending on the size of your sausage, usually a cookie sheet or a roasting pan will work wonders. It helps if it's not a deep pan. It really doesn't need to be deep because you want the Italian sausage to brown on both sides. And you are going to flip it at least one time in the 40 minutes. So at 20-minute intervals, or cook for 20 minutes. At the 20-minute mark, you're going to flip it and brown the other side of the sausage. And in 40 minutes, your Italian sausage is going to be perfect. At the same token, you're going to need to get your peppers washed and sliced. You're going to slice them not overly thin, but you want strips. And usually I do about a 1/4 inch. You can do a 1/2 inch. It depends on your taste. Since this is going to be a healthier version of Italian and with Italian sausage and peppers, we're going to make it a little bit healthier. We're also going to have a salad tonight with this. I'm not going to do a regular vegetable like I would normally do, because you really don't need a lot of vegetables with this since you've already got the peppers. Now, I am leaving the onions out. And the reason, onions also have potassium in them. So tonight's cook is going to be just sausage peppers. Now, if you want to shake up your recipe, I do have the recipe that uses the onions, the peppers, and the tomato sauce. I will be posting that at a later date. I'm pretty sure I haven't posted that yet, but I will post that at a later date. So it just turned 4 o'clock. I'm going to start dinner at about 5 o'clock. That's going to put us eating at about 6 o'clock, which is the perfect accompaniment. Now, usually with Italian sausage, you don't need to do a lot to Italian sausage. Italian sausage will have its own grease because it's made with pork as well as bits of I was going to say beef, but usually Italian sausage is pretty much all ground pork that is seasoned with Italian seasonings. So you don't need to do any seasonings, especially if it's an in-house made Italian sausage. And this is definitely an in-house made Italian sausage. So, I'll be back in an hour to show you how to get started and how to do the Italian sausage. Okay, hi all, welcome to my kitchen. I was recording and I accidentally knocked the phone and deleted the recording. So I've already got my Italian sausage ready, but I'm going to tell you guys what we're doing. Basically, and I'm going to move you guys to this side so you're not seeing my dirty kitchen table, but you're seeing my stove. And I'm going to move you back. This is our Italian sausage, and it's small tonight because it's just two of us. What I did is I took a round pizza pan that was made for the toaster oven. This can actually go in the main oven, and we're using the main oven instead of the toaster oven. I put a little aluminum foil on because this pan is old. It's starting to peel. This is optional. If you have a regular baking tray that you use for your Italian sausage, you don't need to put foil on it. I turned the oven on to 390 degrees, and you want it at 390 degrees because you're going to bake or roast the Italian sausage for 40 minutes. At the 20-minute mark, however, you're going to flip the sausage over so that the bottom side of the sausage gets brown. But that's at the 20-minute mark. I had a fork, and this is a carving fork, or a serving fork, or a roast fork that you would use for roast. I just went and I stabbed the Italian sausage just in several places. I don't know if you guys can see this, but these are where the holes are. And you don't need to be like overly done with the sausage. You just want to poke it in several places to allow its natural oil to come out. You don't want that in your cooked sausage. Since we're making this a little bit healthier, I'm not doing the bells and the whistles like I did with the previous Italian sausage that I filmed. Now, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look on whether or not I have done any of those posts. I know you guys have just watched the Hoska video. The next video I post probably will be the lasagna one. It may just be quick meals. We're trying to eat healthier tonight, so I'm not doing any tomato sauce with this, and I'm not doing any onions with this. This is solely going to be sausage and peppers, and it's not going to be a bread meal. It's going to be a plain sausage, pepper, and we're going to have a nice salad with this. You don't need to go crazy with the vegetables because you already have peppers that go with the Italian sausage. So by adding a nice salad, you can incorporate some of the peppers, onions, celery, carrots, whatever you have. We're adding a little bit of cabbage to our salads, and it's a pre-made coleslaw salad, but it tastes really good and it's very filling. So this is enough for the two of us. So you just heard my oven go off. My oven is already ready to go. Now let's get our peppers going. So I went to Aldi's the other day with my husband. And I'm going in here. And I've got some peppers. I've got some green peppers. I've got more green peppers than these. So what I'm going to do... Yeah, I have green peppers. I don't have red, yellow, and orange to use tonight. But I do have green peppers. I'm going to use one whole green pepper. And you don't need to go crazy. If you want more coloration, when you buy peppers, you can buy the package that has the red, the yellow, and the orange and use those. It's all about taste and preference. Since it's just the two of us, we're going to keep this simple, and we're just going to use green pepper. In my other video, I have used red and yellow and incorporated orange. It just makes it a little bit prettier. If you want a prettier dish, use the red, yellow, and orange peppers. But keep it simple. You don't need to go crazy with the peppers. And I would do that more so if I was entertaining or I had guests over, if I wanted to do a nice, pleasingly presentation. So, I'm going to put this back and seal this. I'm going to take you guys over to the sink area. And we're just going to wash the green pepper. And by washing, we're just running it under cold water using our hands. You do not want to put soap on your green pepper. The only time I suggest actually washing your vegetables with soap is if you've had a transplant. Nobody in this household has had a transplant, so we don't need to do that. And always follow your doctor's recommendation if you have had a transplant, what they suggest you do with fruits and vegetables, because they will be the ones to tell you whether or not you need to wash something. Okay, now that we have our green pepper, and this is relatively small, so I may actually do it with the sausage as it cooks. I'm going to get a cutting board out. I'm going to move you guys over to here so you guys can see this better. I'm going to put you down like I normally did on videos, and that'll be pretty good. I'm going to move that out of the way. The first thing what we're going to do with the pepper is we're going to cut the center part out. You don't want the center part, and you don't want any of the seeds in. So you just are going to go and that took out. There are some seeds in there, and we can get those out relatively easy. Now, do you need to rinse the center of the pepper? No, you really don't. You can if you have a lot of seeds in there, but since we're roasting the green pepper, you don't need to put water in the center. And I got most of the seeds out. There's just a little bit, and those will actually come out. I'm going to move you guys down again. So, we still have a whole pepper. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the pepper basically in half. And we're just going to cut a little bit of this out. And this is where I said you've got a little seed over here. Just use your finger and bring them out. And they usually will dump out nicely. And then push those over to the side because you don't want those in with your sausage and peppers. And I'm just going to do a little bit of trimming on this. So, you might be asking how much pepper should I use for this recipe? Well, it depends on how much pepper you like. If you like a lot of peppers or doing feeding a lot of people, you're going to want to do more than one pepper. If you're small, if you're a single or even two people, you can get away with 1 or 2 peppers. We're going to just do 1 tonight. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to slice these or cut them into strips. And you want your strip about like that. If you go a little bit small, it's okay. If you want a little bit bigger, that's okay too. And you're going to do that for both sides of the pepper. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video for a second. I'm going to go grab a bowl and be right back.